Hey everyone, and welcome back to Stoker Review. And for this review, we're doing the Kudzu Gordo by Southern Draw Cigars. Created in 2014 by Robert Holt, Southern Draw Cigars is based off the concept of the Southern Gentleman, which is a Southern gentleman has a certain level of conduct that they an honor and decorum that they basically live up to, and they expect the same thing out of others around them. They don't really put up with any kind of improper conduct or anything from other people, and defend their honor or defend other people's honors if they can't do it for themselves. Basically, you look after the little person or people that can't help themselves. Just the basic concepts of of old time chivalry or whatnot. Anyway, the Southern Draw has three different lines. You have the Kudzu, which I'll be reviewing today, Firethorn, and the Quickdraw. Now the Kudzu, we'll take a look at the cigar here. This is a Habano Oscuro wrapper. It has a Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan filler, Cuban seed, all of it's Cuban seed. Now this is a Gordo. Now I know most of my viewers know this is not my favorite size at all. This is a 6.5 by 60, but I was talking to Robert Holt and he was mentioning how a lot of the larger ring gauges, the Gordos, they kind of lose their flavor because it's blended from more smaller ring gauges like a Robusto or a Toro. So when you get like to a 60 ring gauge and it's such a big cigar, you kind of get a muted flavor. So he was saying that he wanted to tweak the blend to where it still maintained very good flavor, its richness and all that, even in the larger ring gauges. So I decided I'm going to give this a chance. I really want to check it out to see if that's true or not. And I've smoked a couple of the Robustos and the Toro. He actually sent me a couple of Toros along with this. But my shop just recently brought this in, the cigar shop in Biloxi, Mississippi. So I was able to actually try out some of the other sizes and actually other lines as well. So I'm kind of curious to give this a shot. Now, if I remember right, this is about $10.75 at my local shop. So you're looking around between $10 or $11 a piece for these cigars for a boutique blend. And these are made by for Robert at AJ Fernandez's factory in Nicaraguan, SLE. So it's gonna be a really well made cigar, especially since they just built that beautiful new factory down there and everything's kind of state of the art for what for cigars and stuff. So anyway, let's take a look at this one more time. As you can see, this is a box press cigar and it's actually a really beautiful looking cigar. If you look there, you have a semi-closed foot as well, which I think is kind of cool if it'll focus. There we go, a little bit. Really nice. So we'll take a look at the cap as well. Really beautiful looking cap. Real nice looking cigar. I mean, and it feels nice too. I mean, it's got like a soft box press, so it's a really beautiful looking cigar. I really dig it. Really nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this and we'll see how the draw is, and I'll be back to get you my first impression from the first light. I'll see you in a second. The draw on this cigar is pretty effortless. It has a really good milkshake draw, which I said I like a lot. Now the flavors I get off this right at the very beginning, it has a rich earthiness along with some leather with a hint of cocoa and also the black pepper. The black pepper really hits you in the back of the palate, kind of like most Nicaraguan tobaccos do. But it's pretty strong right at the very beginning. But it's a very rich tasting cigar. So I'm gonna smoke this at a halfway point and we'll see how it goes. See you in a second. Everybody, welcome back. I'm about to the midway point now. I'm pretty much picking up a lot of the same flavors. I'm getting a nice earthy note, some cedar, leather, a nice cocoa note that to me has gotten sweeter since the first part of the cigar. The black pepper is still there, but it's toned down a lot. Now, just basically that black pepper got replaced by the sweetness. So far, so good. Really enjoying it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the cigar off, and I'll be back to give you my final thoughts. See you in a second. Hey everybody, I'm at the end of the cigar now. The cigar on the final part after the midway point, I got mostly cedar, leather. I got that sweet cocoa note, and I got a little bit more of like a coffee note, kind of like, but it's like an espresso, a little bit more bitter of a coffee. The black pepper started coming back a little bit near the end, but nothing too overbearing or anything like that. Just a nice little subtle black pepper. Overall, really good cigar. And I have to admit, I was kind of impressed with this large ring gauge. Now, Robert Holt said that this doesn't smoke like a normal large Gordo size cigar, which I hate. It's actually very comfortable to smoke, and I think that's because of the soft box press. It just seemed to, you know, it seemed a joy to smoke, to be honest. And the flavors weren't muted at all. Honestly, I smoked the Toro, and the Toro has kind of about the same flavors, and they're a little bit more ramped up, but this is not dialed down at all. The flavor really is up there, considering how big the ring gauge is. I was pretty impressed with that. It really is kind of an eye-opening thing. So check these guys out. It's a really good brand. I'm real glad that our cigar shop had brought them in, because it's one I'm definitely going to be going back to a lot. It's a full-bodied cigar, so keep that in mind if you're a new smoker or somebody that likes light-bodied cigars. Just, you know, make sure you got a full stomach on it, but it's still approachable. It's not too strong, but I think it's a really good cigar, and for like $10.75 on average for this cigar, it's a really good price point. And I think AJ Fernandez did a real good job, you know, with making this cigar for a Southern Draw. Been really impressed with them. Look, you know, in the future to the Quickdraw and also the Firethorn, because they'll be coming pretty soon. But if your retailer has them, definitely check them out. I think it's a really good stick. So on that note, I'll see y'all next time. FCP.